2019 beer to take. We have a few more days to Christmas and also a happy second night of Hanukkah. Today we are trying Winter Crew from Flying Fish Brewery Company. Tongue-tied on that one. 7% alcohol by volume. It is a Belgian style ale with hints of cinnamon and nutmeg, made for cold weather enjoyment. So let's give it a try. Yeah, that's definitely a Belgian style ale. Feels like almost like a Hefeweizen type of beer. It's a good flavor. You do get a hint of cinnamon and nutmeg, not overwhelming. Yeah, not overpowering at all. Just very slight taste of nutmeg and cinnamon in there, but it is still a very good, Belgian style beer. Something you probably get from like Hofbräu. That's what it reminds me of right now. Hofbräu Brewery Company. That's what this beer reminds me of. It's good. And that brings me to my take. So we got a wild weekend of sports. We got college football, World Cup, NFL. Crazy weekend for everything, but I have my notes here. So the first thing we're gonna go with is college football. Frank Gore Jr. had 329 yards, 3 touchdowns, and one very annoying ante. Let's check out the clip here.
Just, I knew how important this was for our team. Auntie, chill. I knew how important this was for our team, and just we had to come out and get it done.
Auntie's got to give you some love over here. I know your dad was giving.
I mean, I don't know if the auntie was drunk or whatever it was, but she was trying to steal that spotlight the best she can from Frank Gore Jr. He just was not having it. He was trying to thank his teammates for giving him the opportunity to even run for 329 yards in a game. That was the Leventree Bowl, and they ended up winning, obviously. 329 yards, 3 touchdowns from Frank Gore Jr. And the ante just tries to get in the way. The main event, the huge event that the entire world was watching, the World Cup 2022 final between France and Argentina. And that may have been the greatest soccer game ever played. Greatest World Cup game, greatest World Cup final. You had Argentina taking a 2-0 lead. Messi scores. Messi's trying to solidify that GOAT argument, that why he is the GOAT over Ronaldo. They get the 2-goal lead. Then Mbappe scores 2 goals within minutes of each other. Tie the game up. They go to extra time. Messi scores his 2nd goal on a penalty kick. And then Mbappe scores his 3rd goal. He has a hat trick in the World Cup final. And unfortunately, it's not enough. They go to penalty kicks, and Argentina does win in penalty kicks. But that was by far one of the greatest soccer games. I'm not a big soccer fan, and I'll tell you what, that game had my attention the entire second half. It was just an incredible soccer match. Everything about it. You have Mbappe doing whatever he can, put Team France on his back. 3 goals, a hat trick. It's so unheard of in soccer, let alone in a World Cup final. I mean, the biggest spotlight in the world. And this young 22, 23-year-old kid just scored 3 goals to carry his team, not once but twice, to tie the game up. 2 viral moments from this World Cup final after the game was over was from the Argentinian goalie, who then inexplicably, he received the Golden Glove award and then inexplicably decided to hump it. Take a look. Now, I get there were some rules and restrictions in Qatar about having sex and stuff like that, but I guess he just hasn't had sex in a month and a half that he's been in Qatar, so he just figured I'll just hump this inanimate statue. I guess he didn't want to get arrested for having sex in Qatar, so he might as well bang the trophy. The other viral moment from this is that Salt Bay guy, the guy who did the little salt, people know he is. He's so stupid. It's so dumb. He went to go up to Messi after the match had ended, and they won. They're celebrating, and he grabs him twice, trying to take a picture with him. Messi kind of just ignores him, like, what the fuck are you doing here? Take a look at the clip. If that was me, Messi was way too nice about that. He eventually actually took a picture with the guy, but the way he's grabbing him by his shoulder and his arm, I would have punched that guy, or at least pushed him away. Like, I'm trying to celebrate my team. Salt Bae isn't even Argentinian. So why he was down there, why he got access to the players that much, he was kissing the trophy, acting like he won the freaking thing. That guy's just annoying, and somehow this guy is still hanging around popular for just going like this on salt on a steak one day. It's ridiculous. Final take, and that is the NFL Wild Weekend. We had the Colts blowing a 33-0 lead at half. You have to have Matt Ryan have to have some sort of PTSD from having major leads now. He had 28-3 in the Super Bowl and he's got to think to himself, there's no way he could ever blow a lead that big. And then he blew a 33-0 lead. Obviously, it's not all on him, on the defense, on the team, but they were outscored 39-3 in the second half of that game. Ended up losing 39-236. And there was actually a stat out there that said about, I think there was somewhere around like 1,530, 1,528, something like that. When teams lead by 30 or more points at the half, their record is 1,528 or 1,530, estimated around there. 0-1, so one tie until the Colts. So now there's now one loss on that, which is just insanity that they blew that game. I don't know how. Then we had a snow game up in Buffalo, which was an amazing game. Buffalo versus the Dolphins. AFC East rivalry. And in Buffalo won it on a last-minute field goal. Well, second field goal, really. Then we have the Cowboys on Sunday blowing a 27-10 lead to the Jags. Which is an all-out bad game for the Cowboys. You get a quick lead over the Jags, 27-10. You're up in the third. You get a couple touchdowns, couple scores, couple first downs. You probably win that game, and they end up losing that game in overtime. The Jacksonville Jaguars actually looking pretty good. They're one game behind Tennessee Titans in the AFC South. They still have a chance to make the playoffs at this point. So the Jags right now, they're a hot team. They're rolling. Who knows? Maybe they'll eventually get to. Maybe they'll make the playoffs this year. That'll be awesome. And then we have the Patriots ending, which inexplicably, I don't know what the hell they were doing. Jacoby Myers takes the ball and throws it backwards towards Mac Jones. And Chandler Jones is just standing there, picks it off, steamrolls Mac Jones, and just takes him for a touchdown. The Raiders win the game on a last-second touchdown. And this kind of reminded me of this. I mean, I think the little giant in that clip probably put up more of a fight than Mac Jones did. I'll bring you to my last point. The New York Giants win last night against the Commanders, a much-needed divisional win. They tied the Commanders 2 weeks ago. They lost huge to the Eagles. They come out, they win this game. There's a little controversy at the end. A lot of people are talking about it. Was the non-call on the pass interference. Listen, referees in the NFL, they always get it wrong. Officiating, you don't know what's pass interference. You don't know what is a roughing the passer. You don't even know what a catch is sometimes in NFL officiating. And it was nice to be on the right side of that for once, because usually you do get screwed by the refs, and you're like looking there screaming, why don't they throw a flag? Well, guess what? It happens to every team. That game wasn't decided on that one play. That game was decided throughout a series of plays. You had the Giants with a huge turnover earlier in that fourth quarter to stop the Commanders from scoring. Then you had a huge, I think it was a second or first down where Heineke was going in for the touchdown. The Giants player stopped him pretty much right at the pylon and put them on the 2-yard line. Games are not decided by one play. I get that sucks for them. It was right on the line. Giants benefit from it. I'm obviously happy, but NFL football games aren't decided because of one play. It's over a series of things. Yes, that one play sticks out more than anything. It's at the end of the game, but there were many times that the Commanders had chances to score other than that time, and they couldn't do it. As for this beer, it's not blowing me away. It's not like the greatest beer ever. It's a solid beer. Like I said, it's not really, the hints of the cinnamon and nutmeg really isn't there. Yeah, it's not really, it just tastes like a regular Belgian ale, but it's still pretty good. So I'm gonna give it a 2.3. Now it doesn't blow me away. It's not gonna be in the threes. It's not terrible enough to be in the bottom half of that of our 1 to 4 flights ranking. So I'm gonna give it 2.3. Winter Crew, check it out. That was my beer. That was my take. Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah. Peace.